And now, News Channel 10's 24/7 local weather first alert forecast.
Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone. It is a foggy start to the day. There is a lot of moisture in the air. Got this nice kind of just light drizzle around a lot of the region so far for this morning, but do not get used to it because unfortunately it will not last. But looking at our visibility map here to start the morning, here in Amarillo, looking right around mile and a half, you can see it's generally the central to eastern half of the area. You can see half mile up in Limpo. You're looking at 8/10 of a mile in Pampa and Childress so far this morning. So like I said, looking like a very foggy start for a lot of you around the region, maybe further off towards the west, a little bit drier, maybe not quite as much of an issue for that dense fog. So looking at our high definition model run right here, you'll see kind of that thicker cloud cover. That's where that fog is generally focused here as of right now. As we go throughout the day, you'll start to see everything pushing off towards the east, and then we'll see clear sunny skies as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon later on today. So let's talk temperatures here real quick. We're seeing 40s and 30s out there here as we start out the morning. So places where temperatures are below freezing, that fog, maybe freezing fog, which can lead to slick conditions. So of course, keep that in mind as you head out the door. Keep it a little bit slow. Of course, watch your step, might be more slick than it appears. We're going to be at 39 by 8 a.m. You're going to see as we go into the midday hours. We're going to be back up into the 70s by lunchtime today, while you're seeing 50s. You're seeing 40s there in places like Childress. Well, like I said, there's that 70 for us, 68 in Tucumcari. So really seeing a very big split in the area, and there is good reason for that. And we'll talk about it here in a little bit. We're going to see daytime highs getting back close to or even into the 80s around much of the region today, with mid to high 60s that are off towards the east where some of that moisture is going to get a chance to stick around. Of course, those evening temperatures down in the 50s and 60s, overnight lows down in the 30s, yet again for much of the area with the warmer parts of the region, maybe hanging out there in the 40s. So let's talk about our next weather maker. We're seeing the fog out there right now, but unfortunately this afternoon will be windy, and that's going to cause us to lose what moisture is in the air. So here's essentially what's happening out there for this morning. We're seeing that fog, that freezing drizzle out there. That's generally central eastern half of the area. But then as we go throughout the day, a dry line is going to come in, and well, unfortunately, that's going to scour that moisture on out of here, and it is going to prompt some fire danger. So looking at our watches and warnings map, there's a lot going on right here. Up in the northeast, you can see all those counties there in kind of that teal, kind of bluish green. That is a freezing fog advisory in effect until 9 a.m. this morning. So if you're up in that direction, going to be seeing that through about 9, 10 o'clock. Then things start to clear out after that. And then on those counties there in pink in the western half of the area, red flag warning, unfortunately critical fire danger. That's in effect until about 6, 7 o'clock Mountain Central Time going into this afternoon, this evening. So it looks like this afternoon will be drier and windier. So let's look at our wind tracker. Winds are already in the mid-teens out there here as we start out the morning. You're going to see it's windier up in the northwest. Look at that Clayton there with sustained wind speeds 34 miles an hour. 22 is still here for us in Amarillo, so it's still going to be pretty blustery out there. Gusting upwards of 30 to 35 will be expected as we go into the afternoon. But thankfully by this evening and tonight, you'll see those wind speeds do relax out of the west, 5 to 15 miles an hour. So relative humidity, there's those 90, 100% out there. You can feel, you can smell the moisture in there as you start the day. Like I said, enjoy it while it lasts, because you'll see it quickly get scoured on out of here. By about 12 o'clock, you'll see 25% for our relative humidity. You'll see off in the east, places like Canadian, Clarendon, Childress won't really get all that dry today, so that's why you're not seeing that critical fire danger, while the rest of the area somewhere around 5 to 15%. And even then, we'll see those values bounce back into the 20s overnight, and they'll dry out again for Thursday. We'll probably have to wait until maybe going into early Friday to start to see those values come back up a little bit into a much more kind of humid type atmosphere. So let's look at your 7-day supercast. Now, mostly dry here for the better part of your next 7 days. Of course, we've got the morning fog out there, 79 for a high today, 39 tonight. We'll see 60s and 70s here for the rest of the work week going into Saturday. Super Bowl Sunday, looking a little bit cooler as we're going to see a cold front coming through. That's going to drop us down to about 45 degrees. We'll see 40s, even upper 30s later on next week. And right now for Tuesday, maybe tracking about a 10% chance of some wintry moisture. So we'll keep a very close eye on that. Still a little too early to get too excited just yet, but do know your First Alert Weather team is on top of it.